So I didn't include the actual trailer here in the video because it looks like Nickelodeon is being really strict about that. So if you want to see the full Legend of Korra Book 2 Spirits trailer, I put a link below in the video description to Nickelodeon's own posting. But they can't keep me from reviewing it. So here are my thoughts on the rather long trailer for Season 2. I'd say on the positive side, I really respect how epic they're trying to be here. I mean, it's a very bold decision to choose such spiritual mass. I see what they did there, but like slower music for the trailer. I mean, I think one of my favorite things about the whole Avatar Last Airbender series, both the original 3 seasons with Aang and the new Legend of Korra, are the action sequences. I'm a big fan of that. So, and I just in general, I like more high energy stuff. So, you know, it's a little bit of a hurdle for me, but I do like that they take, it's one of the best things about the franchise, and they take it so seriously. And so I'm willing to take a little bit of a hit here for me personally, because I know that it's that viewpoint and that standpoint that allows The Legend of Korra to be so darn good. I also have to add, though, waterbending is my least favorite of the bending. So when they announced that Book 2 was going to focus a lot on, you know, the Southern Water Tribe, and also again with the problem with 2 brothers like Amon and I believe Tarlok was the other brother's name from season 1. I was just kind of like, it seems like some of the same. And also I feel, you know, obviously because the Water Tribe have a very distinctive style and dress, you know, I don't know if the faces are distinct enough to look that much different from Tarlok. With these new characters. So that's a little bit of a hindrance for me. And as I said, I'm just not that into water bending. It's my least favorite. My favorite is earth bending. So, you know, I got the chance to interview the creators of The Last Airbender at Comic-Con, and they said there will not be really any Lin Bei Fong in Book 2. That this is really going to focus on this, you know, more spiritual journey with the Southern Water Tribe. And you know what? I just accept that again, that's going to be something that's tough for me personally, because I'm going to be missing my favorite character and really my favorite style of bending. But I will say that I'm intrigued by this kind of like, I don't know, like anti-Avatar that's in this trailer. It's that teenage guy, and there's a shot of him at the end. I actually had to freeze it and go back a couple times to make sure that it wasn't Korra going up into the air, you know, doing the typical you know, satellite move where you have like the different elements rotating around you that, you know, that Aang made famous, that we saw from the first season when, you know, he got all of his full, I mean the third season of the first group of books, when he got all of his powers. So, you know, it's interesting. I'm curious as to who that character is. I'm curious to see what Korra does now that she's a full-level Avatar. I mean, we've never really had a series. I mean, they're exploring that a little bit in the comic book, but we've never really we've never gone along with an Avatar at full strength before in the series. You know, it's always been a journey to that point, or alluding to what happened afterwards. But to see Korra, you know, certainly I'm sure not at the height of maturity, but at the height of her powers, will be interesting. So I like what I'm seeing here. It's not really the direction that I would have personally gone, but as I said, I have a lot of respect for the people behind the series, so I'm willing to go on this journey that they want to go on. I'm sure that there will be great fight scenes when we see it, and also I've been discussing a lot about this on other coverage of this, and I talked about it with the creators, that this is just so heavily influenced, you know, by Asian culture. And it's getting to be not so much just, you know, in style and with, you know, certain fighting elements and things like that. And it's always had philosophical elements as well. But I think for the first time, the series seems to be, you know, instead of having a balance, it seems to be tipping more in the favor of Asian culture, which is fine with me. I think that's very interesting, but I'm curious as to what it will do to the show as a whole, and if everyone will be able to go on the ride like that, because, you know, anime is a very different animal. And it's just a different kind of form of entertainment. So we'll see. So what do you think? What's your favorite bending? And what's your least favorite bending? Like me, is it going to be tough for you to take a trip to the Southern Water Tribe? And what do you think of this more Asian influence that's becoming larger and larger on the franchise as a whole? Write your thoughts down below, and stay tuned for, of course, more Legend of Korra Book 2 coverage, especially when the series debuts. Now we finally have a date in September.